Okay, good evening, students. Here we discuss some past papers in HTML forms. HTML forms past papers ටික තමයි අපි කරන්නේ. Now, we started 2014. Because the HTML element, input, type, text, and size. The attribute size on the above element refers to the length of the text box in the pixels, maximum number of characters displayed in the text box, maximum number of characters that can be typed into the text box, font size of the text box, number of lines displayed in the text box. So what should be the answer? Now remember, in the input type text, we can have basically two attributes. One is size. This is one actual size you define as a 10. In addition to, there is another one called the max length. This other one, max length. Let's say this one defined as 20. Now what's the meaning of those two? The meaning of those two means size of the text box. Now your text box would be like this. Then the length of the text box is defined by the size. What's the length? So that is basically length means the size of this one. That's the size. Then how many characters can be entered here is defined as max length. तर මතක තියෙන size එකෙන් කියන්නේ මේ text box එකේ දිග ප්‍රමාණය කොච්චරද කියලා. max length එකෙන් කියන්නේ කොච්චර characters enter කරන්න දෙනවද කියන එක. So therefore here the answer is first one. Length of the text box in pixels. The next question, how do you complete this HTML form to get the given output? So we have given output to get this output. So then how do you complete it? So again, you have to input with different file text. So make a text ටික complete කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. How do you write it? First we want to display that word, maybe heading 2 or heading 3. You can say programming So either you can take heading 3 or heading 2, heading 1 like that. Heading 1 is too large. Heading 1 ගන්න එපා. ඊට අඩුවකයක් ගන්න heading එකට. Then these are checkbox actually. ලෝකේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕන ඔයගොල්ලෝ checkbox. So see, you can write input type. This should be checkbox. Name, you can use any name. Value, you can keep it empty. Then don't put the line break. Line break දාන්න එපා. මොකද එක දිගට එන්න ඕන. So therefore don't put the line break. checkbox. Remember, input tag doesn't have an ending tag. Input tag got an ending tag got nae. So you don't put the ending tags for this. That's all. You have to include them. That's what you should write. Go get the given now. මේ විදිහට ලිව්වා නම් හරි. input tag එකේ ending tag එකක් නැහැ කියලා මතක තියාගන්න. Then to 16. Now here, Environment Institute of the Colombo intends to develop a website to provide information on an art competition for students. A web page form this website and another web page with entry form to register for the competitions are shown in the figure 6.1. 6.1 is this one. So 6.1 can මේ page එක. ඒතර මේකේ තියෙන්නේ පළවෙනි එක heading 1, දෙවෙනි එක heading 2, තුන්වෙනි line එකත් heading 2. ඊළඟ list එකක් හදන්න ඕනේ. ආයෙ heading 2. ඊපස්සේ page paragraph එක ලියලා hyperlink එක හදන්න ඕන online entry forms කියන එකට. So it with the hyperlink there actually. And then using the appropriate HTML tags, create the HTML file to render the entry form given in the figure 6.2. The options for create category. Now, first of all, you have to create web page for 6.1 is this one. Yeah, 6.2 is this one. So they are asking to actually part A is to create this form first. Write the HTML code to create this form first one. That is the first one. This is just a web page. In name as info.html. So that is the first part here to do actually. So to create that one, first of all, you have to use the HTML. We know there are two sections, head section. Every page we have those two sections, head section and the body sections. Now head section, in the body section, we have only one tag that is a title, which will display the title bar. So title should be, now if you look at this page, title should be information. ඔයගලන්ට පේන ඇති මේකේ title කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. title කියලා එන්න ඕනේ මෙන්න මෙතන තියෙන මේ වචනේ information කියන එක 31. That should be the title, information. So then you have to include there. ඒතර ඒක ලියන්න මෙතන title. Information. Then On the body section, the first part we have the student art competition. That is a heading 1. Heading 1. Student art competition. Then next one should be heading 2. Because you can see this is small. ඒතකොට දෙවෙනි එක ඊට පොඩි නිසා heading 2 කියලා ගන්න. Theme litter on the environment. That should be heading 2 because it is a small one. ඒතකොට පොඩි නිසා heading 2 කියලා ගන්න. Then you have the prices. That too should be heading 2. Take that also as heading 2. Then we have 3 prizes. First prize, first place, second place, and third place. 10,000, 7,500, 5,000. So that is a unordered list. ඒක ඔයගොල්ලෝ තේරුම් ගන්න unordered list එකක් කියලා. We have to create 3 of them unordered list. Type is square. Now you have to create unordered list UL. And type should be type must be square. And list item LI is the first prize. First prize, sorry, first place, 10,000 rupees. Then the second and third item. Then entry form after that. Close the unordered list. Heading to entry form. Then we have a kind of paragraph. Please fill and submit online entry form. That is one you have to create the link. Please fill and submit this. Please fill and submit this online entry form. That should be the anchor tag. Let's see. Who enter the competitions? Then close the paragraph. Then this one, we have to create the anchor tag actually. That is, you have the href. On that you write the URL. Yeah, you have to, when the user click that, we need to access to that file. That is a form actually, this one. Now, this one save as info.html. You can save this file. So then you can save that as info.html. On the desktop, there's a folder called as ICT. HTML, this one. You can open this. So then it appears like this. So this is small corrections, I think. Oh, sorry, we have not, I have not closed this one. It should be a list item. So you get like this. Now, when the user click this one, you need to view the outputs. Now here, I want to explain something. So you can see the title means, here I put something as a title. Now what's the meaning of this title in the hyperreference? So in anchor tag, you can see when I take the mouse on top of that, it display this is title. That is to display, if you want to display something additionally, you can use the title. Then that will display when you go on top of the hyperlink, it's display the characters what you want to show as a title. That's the meaning of the title. Now this is the form you have to create. And then the next thing they're asking in the question is actually to create this form, this form. The second form is this one. This is the form you have to link. When the user click that, you need to link with this one. So then here we have art competition online entry form 2017. So we want to create the page here. Then to create the page here, we can get another notepad. And we can write the tags HTML. Click on the head section. So under the head section, actually, we have to use the title. Now here the title, you can see entry form. Title is entry form. Then we have the body section. So under the body section, we want to display that heading 1. Should be heading 1. Art competition. Online entry form 2017. Then theme, it should be heading 2. Then the first one is the name. So input type should be text. It should be text. Name should be what is the name which can be used to get the value. Value is empty because there are no initial value in the text field. And line break. The next one is basically the gender. So then you have to use the input type. So type should be radio buttons. Radio name. It's a gender. Value is empty. Initially nothing is there. We don't need to make line breaks because it should come to the same line and then indicate as male. And next line you can have the female one. It should come to the same line actually. Therefore, line breaks is not necessary. Same name should be used because we allowed to only select only one. So therefore, same name should be used. Don't put the different names here. With the different names here, both can be selected. Then there is a drop-down menu. grade category. So grade category should be a drop-down menu. Grade category should be good drop-down menu. So how do you create that one? To create that one, we have to use a tag called as a select. Name, let's say grade. And you define the options for that actually. Now the options are given here actually. So you can see grade 1 to 3, 6, 1 to 2, 3 to 6, 7 to 10, 11 to 13. So that's the one which should be appeared in the grade category. 1 to 2, 3 to 6, 7 to 10, 11 to 13. So there should be 4 options actually. Grade 1-3. Then close it. That is how you create the drop-down menu. Then what we have, then we have the checkbox. So art media. So next one is art media paragraph. Would be line break. Now you can take input type as checkbox. First one is watercolors. Boom. One so then the next one is submit button. No, clear your entries so that you can reset. I should be reset. Reset part කරන්න reset කරන්න. Value should be the text that will be displayed here. So that display as clear your entries. බටන් එක උඩ ලියවෙන්න ඕන එක තමයි මෙතන ලියන්න ඕන. Again line break. And there's another input. It should be good to add the phone tag. The phone, there are two things. One is extend. Extend is the file you have to execute and method post method. Because this method, your data is visible URL. Not normally use a post method. But the get method you can add the bookmarks, but post method you can't add the bookmarks. So we have to save this as form.html. So then if you run this, you can see the form. How does it appear? Yeah, it appears like this. You can keep some more space here actually. Select. Then it is a drop down menu like this. So that is, and you have to connect this one to the here actually. So then it opens this form.html once you link like this. Then what they asking next actually, Yeah, that's all they have asked in that question actually. Next, consider the HTML form. Now you are given this form which has a heading 1 and then again text box and the radio buttons and the drop down menu select submit button. So then they have given the code, they have to complete the code actually. So code එක දීලා තියෙනවා. අපේ code එකේ missing parts ටික අරන් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. So then initially මෙතන මුලින්ම එන්න ඕනේ මොකක්ද? It should be the form. Form is the one where you have the action and the method. First one is student name input. Input type should be text. Type text. And the name should be equal to that. Then the gender, we know gender should be basically input type is radio. Type should be radio. It's radio and the name should be type, G type, value. Next one is the value. And same thing should be here. Input, radio, name, value. Nothing different. And next one is the drop down menu should be select. Should be select. And the name. Name is this one. And then the first one is option value. And first one is Colombo. Like that, you can fill the others also value and the given Jaffna value and again Martha like that. And close the select. And the last one is input type is submit. Submit. And the value. And finally, you have to close the form. That's how to complete the question. Then the 2018, consider the submit button of an HTML form given below. Which of the following text element correctly implements the intended function of the above submit? So it should be input, ne? So then the third, fourth answers are wrong. තරගේ පැහැදිලි වෙන්න ඕනේ. input කියලා එන්න ඕනේ button කියලා විල හරිය නැතු 3 4 5 ඔක්කොම වැරදි. Input type submit. Input type submit first one. ඊළඟ එක which of the following is the correct statement to connect the login.php form to the HTML form? For that, you have the form action. Form action. Then the third, fourth, fifth are wrong. එතකොට form එකේ තියෙන action එකයි method එකයි. 3 4 5 වැරදි. මොකද ඒකේ action කියන එක නැහැ. එතකොට උත්තරේ එන්න ඕනේ action is the file name login.php, method is get method or post method. So answer is 2. Answer is 2. මතකද form එකේ තියෙන action එකයි method එකයි. method එකට එන්න පුළුවන් get or post විතරයි. get එක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද get එක පාවිච්චි කරද්දී URL එකෙන් බලන්න පුළුවන් ඔක්කොම යවන form එකේ fill කරන ඔක්කොම data ටික බලන්න පුළුවන් form එකේ URL එකෙන්. ඒ නිසා get කියන එක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැහැ. post කියන එක තමයි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. ඒක more secure computational information එකවලදී. Action is the one which defines what to do when the submit button is clicked. එතකොට action කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ form එකේ submit button එක click කරාම මොකද්ද කරන්න කියන එක. ඒක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට PHP file එකක්. ඒතර PHP file එක තමයි action එකට එන්න ඕන. Francis second one. Then which of the following statement is correct about the following code line when it is rendered through a web page? Input type radio name value. It shows the radio buttons with the label name as the left side. I think this question was having some error. Question 48. Consider the following HTML code line related to the form method. Action attribute specifies the data type of the form. No. The server file that handles the data in the form. Yes. That is the one actually specifies the server file that handles the data in the form. Yes. That should be the answer. Second one. Then this is also past paper. Now we have a HTML output. So you're asking to fill this one actually. So an output HTML code rendered by browser is shown below. The relevant HTML code incomplete is given below. Fill the blanks in it in order to get the required output. So heading to test tournament, category 1 and category 2. So that should be D. Yeah, that should be actually definition list, DL. So therefore, here we must have the DL tag. Must be DL, the definition list. And definition term starts here. And this should be a unordered list, UL. And close the unordered list here. In the next one also unordered list, like you can complete the rest. Team B list item should be closed and other list item should be opened up. And close the definition list here, DL. That's way I think you can complete this. This is the definition list and the unordered list both together. Then we have a form with drop down menu. Then registration form method is get. So it should be select. Label is for this team. This ID is given as a name as given as this. It be select. And you have to close the select here. Then the next one is a text area. Rows and the columns are defined text area. One word actually, and close the text area here. Because columns and the rows are defined in the text area. So if you look at the given output, Then we will have the checkbox. Two checkbox and the submit button. So then other two should be checkbox. Type should be checkbox. Put and the icon, accommodation, and finally submit. Input type is submit. And close the form. That's how to complete there. And then 2023 A-level paper, you are given a registration form. Back to nature is speech competition registration form. Name is input, type text, gender is a radio button, district should be a select, email should be a email or text, and checkbox again, and submit an image. So we are asking what are the missing thing actually. So here incomplete code is given, and they have given the answers also here. We want to select which one to use it here actually. So then I think you can easily find out what are those. Now first one is back to the nature. You can see back to nature should be heading 1 or heading 2. So here we have given heading 1, heading 2, heading 3 all are there. So you can make it as either heading 1. So then A should be basically heading 1. Then B, you can see this bit is smaller. Speech comprehension. Therefore, it should be heading 2. A is heading B heading 2. C, the form method. Method either you can use get or post. D should be action. D should be action. The label for name 1. Input type. Now first one is type is text actually, text field. That is name is a text field. You can see here name is given as a text field. So first one you can see name is text field, and then the gender is a radio button. Then input type gender F should be radio. Then label G4, label for ID is discrete, district, G should be district. H should be select, because it is a drop down menu. I should be input type, newsletter, it should be checkbox. J should be submit. Then the K should be an image, therefore IMG. L should be alternative. Alternative, what do you want to display? Then you read that one, what should be displayed for the image. So image display as a WP logo. That is image actually. The next one is anchor, href. Title is the one we want to display when you move the cursor. We want to show something. That's a title actually. Now title should be maybe more details like that. So that's how you'd complete it. Then 23, next question, for what purpose is post used in the HTML form? To display the confirmation message of submission, no. To display the form data on the screen, no. To refer to the web page. To retrieve, no. To send the data. To send the form data to the server, yes. Post 5, answer is 5. To send the data, we use that one. Then this is also a past paper question. Central form is, we have district drop-down menu, a type good service, that is the type of service, that is the radio button, description text box, name, text, email, phone number. So they have given this, and the complete code also given there. Actually, also incomplete code is given. So the first one, you have to complete this form, method, post, action. Next one is action. So therefore, this blank place should be action. Here, this should be action, okay. And then the these options are coming for the select drop down menu, select. The next one is goods should be radio buttons. Good and service are radio buttons. Because if you look at them, good and services are radio button. Here you can see this one. Here, I think you can identify these two are radio buttons. And next one is a text box again. Radio buttons, and then service also radio buttons. Input type should be submit button. Value should be submit. Then they ask what happened when the user presses submit button. Remember, when you user press the submit button, under the action in the form, we have defined a file. So under the action, there's a file. So that file will be executed here. This action.php file will be executed. That is in the under the action here. That will be executed when the user click the submit button. That is what you should explain here actually. And next part, they are asking what is the benefits of using the input type as email instead of the type text. Now when you say email, remember it validates the email. When it is at sign is there, like we can make validations and email address will be stored in the format of the email. What can you guess about the purpose of the pattern? Now remember the pattern here, 0 to 9, 10. That means you can use any digit 0 to 9 up to 10 digits for the telephone number. So in the telephone number, you can see they have used a pattern. So here you can see in the phone, we have a pattern. What's the pattern? Telephone number can be 0 to 9 any digits, but with 10 digits. Should be maximum 10 digits. There should be 10 digits. Otherwise, it is invalid. It should be only the numbers from 0 to 9. That is the purpose of that code pattern. The last one is asking what is the purpose of the use title. Remember, title is used in the HTML hyperreference when the user get the cursor here. When the user get the cursor to this hyperlink, this one is a hyperlink. When the user bring the cursor to this hyperlink, it will display more details. That's the title. That's why I use the title. So that is the past application discussion. Now, next time I will discuss the what we call CSS. And this Thursday, I'm planning to discuss the file management calculation. The file management calculation ටිකක් අමාරුයි ගණන් හදනවා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක බලා ගන්න Thursday class එකට එන්න. Okay, then thank you for joining.